Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a new event coming out this week called World Divisions. And also we're going to be talking about this ridiculous deck that is coming out. And just to give you guys a heads up, finally my VIP is over, thank God. So I'm officially done with the VIP, and let's go ahead and get into this absurd deck. So let's quickly get into the news. They're advertising it as both in events and in Guild versus Guild. This is the deck to beat. I mean, honestly, like the Mummy deck is pretty weak, but this might be because of the passive heal ability and things like that. This is basically the Dami deck on crack, if you want to call it that. It has literally everything and a new skill that we're gonna get into. We also got two new team slots, so it's increased from 8 to 10, which is really nice. Also, we finally got the iPhone X complete, like full screen. Thank God. I've been asking that for like months, but we finally got it like 8-9 months later after the phone drops. So I already told them, like, for the iPhone X Plus, which I will get when it drops, you know, already start working on that if you can. But I highly doubt it. We might have to wait another 8 to 9 months for that as well. But let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and get into the deck, which is insane. So this is the first feature card, McQueen, a World Strider. And he is going to be, of course, 400% damage and HP for all Earth, God, Heroes, and GVG attacks. So his battle skill is Hallucination. And he's going to be generating 5 God intensity and attacks for 4,000% attack plus 2,000% for every 5 stacks of God intensity routed down. Now, if there is at least 1 power gem on the board, attacks a second time. If there are at least 3 power gems on the board, attacks a third time. This ability can be used every turn. So it's like 3 times the nuke damage. Like, it's going to attack 3 times per turn, basically. And this also has the rebirth passive on it. Once per battle, instead of dying, revive with 1% HP per 5 God intensity and gain 50% attack for all heroes for 2 turns. And the main guild boss is going to be running armor for this event. So that's your first feature card, which is this is basically copy and paste, but like updated, tweaked a little bit. But you know, they can't really get out of these skills. So let's go ahead and get into the free card guru. He's gonna be Dami on crack, basically. Creates 2 earth gems both now and for the next 2 turns, plus 1 additional earth gem per 20 God intensity. But this has a passive now, so every turn heal for 5% of missing HP. So Aladdin kind of heals you 5% of maximum HP, but this is going to be healing you for 5% of missing HP. So this is going to be creating the gems and also healing you passively. So this is a really great free card, and it's free. All you have to do is play to get it, and it's one of the best cards to get as like a free card. So I'm really glad, like, this type of skill is free for everybody to get. You just have to play. Ultra rare Sanad, Everlasting Father. That's going to be increasing God Heroes attack by 45% plus 3% per 10 intensity. This is going to be going up a little bit more as this is going to turn into 6 stars. I'm looking at the 5-star right now. But when this is 6-star, it's going to be a little bit more as far as the increasing the attack goes and the percentages there. This is going to be dispelling Flatline 5, tier 5, and when it's 6-star, it's going to be dispelling Flatline tier 6. But here is the real kicker, the Warden, the X13 card. Lacaria, I probably butchered the hell out of that, I don't know. Chariot of Gods is gonna be, this is the Warden X13. that this is basically their fix to what's going on in Guild versus Guild. And let's be honest, it's a horrible fix, and they're just pushing the meta back, but I'll explain that in more detail. It's going to increase the God Heroes attack by 60% plus 5%. You already know the deal. But the main thing here is the defender skill and the counter skill. So the defender skill, obviously it has a passive. It's going to create a power gem for when there is a earth power gem 1 on the board or higher, when you begin a turn with 1. So obviously that passive is nothing new because that's copy and paste. But these skills, birthright invulnerability, tier 9, chance to add buff, invulnerability to self for 1 turn on spawn, immune to damage. So as soon as this warden spawns, which most likely everybody's going to be putting it in the first location, first spot, it's going to be invulnerable to damage for 1 turn. So on spawn. So basically what I feel like is the counter to this is, yeah, you do that big attack, but you're gonna have to have like a phoenix again. You're gonna have to come back and have like a rebirth card that'll basically counteract everything that just happened. It doesn't really matter, and then you can just hit the turn delay and keep going. So this is going back to the phoenix turn delay style. There's really no alacrity or anything to dispel, as this is all that's gonna happen. So I don't really see it as anything amazing, but if you don't have the proper cards, getting through this will be tougher. And then the counter skill, Dispel Flatline tier 9. This is the first card that has a tier 9 Dispel. Now, I personally don't care about Dispel, nor do I use it. But for the people that rely on Dispelling Flatline, this is a tier 9 and is basically 100% guaranteed. Basically 100% guaranteed, and that's how they're advertising it too, that this is gonna 100% guarantee dispel the flatline. So if you look at this deck as a whole package, this deck is pretty insane. It literally has everything: rebirth, revive, nuke damage, flatline, dispel, invulnerability, things like that. And then we're going to see what the relics do. Most likely they're going to be Power Gem 2s. I wouldn't be surprised if they took it to Power Gem 3 at this point. But this is a pretty ridiculous deck as far as guild versus guild goes. And in events, we'll have to see how much damage it's going to dish out. But most likely it's going to dish out a lot of damage. So this is their way of combating the mummy deck that everybody chooses to use when there's an Earth Commander event. And also the guild versus guild situation that's going on. At the time of recording this video, there is a bug right now. Power gem swaps are weaker than regular gem matching, and also the overall damage is like cut in half, like 50%. So it's pretty ridiculous right now, but this is not intended. It was a bug, of course. Like, how do you mess up damage? I don't understand, but these guys are really just horrible with coding. I don't know what they do and how they mess up, but they do tend to mess up a lot. And we see that every week something is going on. But I do praise them for finally giving me the iPhone X full screen and things like that. And also just want to get into the Bizarra Visions. You can get the, it's still random, but you can get the missing relic pieces that you need to enchant your relics, your enchanted relics through the legends. So they are they do have the skulls and things like that, the arrows and the jewels, but again, it's random. But this is really nice. Also, they are having this hammer with the alacrity infused. I'm not really sold on it, because either way, once the first warden is down, especially in the top tier level, once the first warden is down, you just run through the whole team. So it doesn't really matter what relic or what they put in there. They can have all the damn skills on that hammer and it still really won't make a difference. So that's just how I look at it. To me, I feel like they're avoiding the problem. They're not fixing guild versus guild the way it's supposed to be. They're not tuning the damage, attack, damage, the health and things like that. They're just pushing out this warden and trying to force everybody to like buy this. And again, it's Earth Affinity. Nobody really runs Earth Affinity. I think there's only like a handful of people that run it, but they're either forcing you to change it to Earth, your whole defender lineup, or they released this for like only the X13. Like, they really are pushing their revenue. Like, they want to make money, and this is the prime example of them wanting to make money. Like, this is the deck to have. But yeah, that's all for this video. It's kind of ridiculous what's going on, but they literally put themselves in a corner with all of these skills and updates and everything that's going on. They keep pushing the bar higher and higher in terms of damage, and that means sooner or later you're gonna have insane amount of health on all of the bosses when it comes to Slayer and Commander. So we're just gonna keep on going and the cycle continues. That's all for this video. This deck, if you can afford it, if you got a couple of grands laying around, definitely worth picking up. It's insane, basically, and I feel like everybody is going to be getting this, so let's see what happens. Me personally, I'm not gonna get this. I'm not even VIP anymore, so I really don't care what they release. Just remember this: when this deck comes out, I give it a couple of weeks to a month where this is going to be viable, and then they'll copy and paste all of this for every other affinity, and then they'll raise it and tweak it more. It's just a cycle. It's going to keep going. Like, if you can't afford it right now, or if you don't really feel like you need it, or it's the wrong affinity, just wait. They'll release it, because it's all about the money. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for all the love and support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.